So I don't want to spend too much time on macro, but they say inflation's 8.6% now. The Fed, when it was 7% back in December, was still conducting quantitative easing. They hadn't raised interest rates. Just what's your general take in terms of maybe incompetence, ignorance? How do we get here? And then how much confidence do you put in their ability to navigate I think they call it a soft landing now. What do you think? Kind of
euphemistic for recession, or like a moderate recession, moderate unemployment, moderate recession. No, there's an old paper from Milton Friedman in 1972 that you all should read. Basically, Milton Friedman argued, among many things, but this is probably his number one Nobel Prize winning contribution, is that a federal central decision maker, whether the Federal Reserve or some other institution, will always get this wrong. They will always raise rates when they should be lowering them and lower rates when they should be raising them. Basically, the lag is too great, so that leads to consistent oversteering, because you're basically amplifying the problem by the time you act, but then it makes the problem worse. So the best thing to do is to do nothing, in his view, and it's a very well-argued paper. So this is a classic illustration of that. But right now, I don't know. All I can do is go shopping. So this is what I've told several people here before. Just go to the grocery store, and if the price of your groceries is going up every week, we have inflation. If they start settling and being stable, then we're fine. And then when they start going down again, we'll have deflation, which is not necessarily a good thing. But in any event, groceries are still going up as far as I can tell.
The craziest thing to me is, I don't know why I did this, but one day I went deep down the rabbit hole of how they calculate inflation.
Oh, yeah. That's absurd.
466 people who are employed by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and they go into the grocery store and they're giving a printout, and they make sure they find the exact Campbell's soup tomato with no salt. And there's like an 11-page document to make sure they have the right one, and then they punch it into a device.
So when we were starting Square before we launched, we wanted to build a true inflation tracker. So because we had all these goods and services, obviously, sales in real time, price adjustments basically in real time. And so when Jack started tweeting about inflation and hyperinflation, I was like, he's looking at real data. He's not making this stuff up. He's not being a macro thinker. He's actually seeing the data. And so it was so obvious from the Square data that we had real inflation in early 2021.
Well, it's not just the price and point of sale stuff. There's also payroll data. Like he kind of has a full 360 view of the economy to some degree. And I think that it does beg the question. So we have, I don't know, we can call it like an analog version of price collection versus even if you look at apartment.com or Zillow, Opendoor, like all of these real-time data points and sometimes 100 million data points.
Well, they don't use real-time data. So here's the funny, there was just a Twitter thread about this morning. So you talk about leasing. The methodology really matters. So if you say, what is the rate of inflation on rental prices, you can calculate it two different ways, and you'll immediately see the difference. One is across all leases in the United States. The other is leases signed in the last 3 months. Guess what? One is up like 41%, and one is up 6%. Guess which one actually tells you where you are?
I can only imagine.
Hey you, did you like this video? Great, we make 5 of them a day and post them here on this channel. Make sure you're subscribed, like the video, and see you next time.